Five key factors that could impact the EC market in 2022. All these data that are collected are from official sources, BCA, URA, HDB. It does a bit of introduction. Okay, what is an executive condominium? Okay, just for all of us here, executive condominiums were introduced to cater to Singaporeans only, and especially to this sandwich class of Singaporeans who are young graduates, professionals, who can afford more than BTO HDB, but find getting a private condo a bit off their reach. This scheme is cater to this group of people, okay, especially for Singaporeans. And then ECs are the facilities are similar to private condominiums. Okay, the good thing about ECs because of the cheaper land sales, land prices, they're getting it slightly lower price than private condo. And after 5 years, we can sell it to one Singapore citizen, one PR, and even after 10 years on the MOP, they can sell to foreigners. It open up much more buyers pool for this group of ECs owner. Today's top, want to dig deep into these 5 key factors that could impact the EC market in 2022, because we all know EC has been the price has been going higher and higher compared to 4 or 5 years ago. Today, I will touch on these 5 factors, which we will give us a broader view of this whole EC market. Okay, just to touch on the first one, okay, new cooling measures. Okay, just for your info, our last cooling measure on 15 December 2021, it didn't really affect EC purchases. Okay, the reason being this, okay, for this portion here, I just want to highlight on this price to income ratios remain below their historical averages. Okay, this cooling measure came in not because this price to income ratio widened. That means our income increased and the price of the property increased together. That ratio didn't really widen too wide, but this cooling measure came in. It is just to prevent it from having a big bubble. This is to have a very sustainable growth in our real estate market. And the new cooling measures that was introduced last December, it basically three main things here. The loan to value for HDB loans, there's a reduction over here. And then they lowered the TDSR to 55. And of course, they increased the buyer stamp duty for second property and more. Okay. But all these three cooling measures are irrelevant to first-time buyers or even upgraders going for an EC. That's a good thing for EC buyers. Okay, that's very good. Now I'm going to touch on the second factor. Okay, the second factor, I felt that it wasn't good for EC buyers. Why? Because there's this strong demand from upgraders. And to me, I felt that the supply might not be enough for this group of upgraders. Okay, if you look at it, Singaporeans are all going for buying new homes. Okay, because for the past 2 years, due to COVID, all new launches in Singapore are mainly absorbed by Singaporeans. And why is it? If you look at this rising trend, a lot of Singaporeans, if you look at this table over here from today, okay, today reported by today, if you look at the proportion of people, okay, you can see the increasing percentage of upgraders or rather people selling their HDB after the 5 years MOP period. Okay, everybody is cashing out on the 5-year mark to cash out and buy something. These are the upgraders that are coming in, okay, to buy a brand new condo, a brand new EC, okay, just to upgrade from a BTO, HDB BTO. And if you look at the statistics pulled out from HDB, you notice this year 2022 is the highest number of HDB flats reaching 5 years MOP, meaning this batch of BTOs reach MOP is the highest of the lot compared to over the past 10 to 12 years. So this is the highest. And if you look at the average volume, usually it is only 14,550. But this year itself is already 35,000. So imagine 35,000 units if you have 10% coming into the new launch market or even EC market. We don't have enough supply to fit to this group of people. Okay, so that said, we all know low supply in the pipeline and land prices are going up. This is also not good meaning prices are going higher and higher. Okay, if you look at it, the unsold completed homes is now also at a record low price. A record low number. Okay, it's a record low number. So meaning that this developer themselves, they will not be pressured to lower their prices. Okay, they will continue to sell at current market value or even higher because they also have this chart or this kind of statistics with them. They know that this year the market, even though you have Ukraine, Russia war, you have increase of loan rates, interest rate going higher, they are not fearful because the supply is really very low, right? And the demand is seriously very high this year. There's no need to reduce the price. And if we talk about ECs, I got this data 25th of from 25th of March, just 3 days ago. The leftovers ECs now in the market, there are only 23 units. And these are the three ECs that are with available units, not many already. And if you look into these few ECs, they are really going for about 1,250 per square foot already. If you're not aware, it's already around 1,250 per square foot already. And when we look at the EC land sales, okay, EC land sales, the land prices are going higher and higher. You can see the upcoming one is North Gaya EC, followed by the one at Tampines and the Bukit Batok. And the question here is this: we have another two plots at Tampines and Bukit Batok. The question here is this: how much higher are the prices going to go? Yeah. Because all these developers are also hungry and they know that there's strong demand from HDB upgraders. They will definitely want to bid for that land, okay, to sell it out, redevelop and sell it. Okay. So this is actually one thing that the prices is definitely going higher. It might not be good for EC buyer as well. Okay, because you need to pay more to buy an EC. The other thing that I felt wasn't good, this fourth point, okay, developers cost, the prices of resources are going up. Okay, even developers themselves, they are feeling the pressure. Okay, when they develop something, they need to pay much more. For this table, I got it from BCA. So you can see month to month, every raw material, I would say, a construction material, this cement, okay, the prices are going higher. Okay, steel bar also going higher. For steel, I believe that the prices will continue to go even higher because of the Ukraine-Russia war. I believe they need more this kind of considered metal for war. I mean, war also need metal. Construction need metal. So I think they are competing for this material now. I believe steel will increase much more in price. And of course, lastly here, we for construction we need a lot of concrete. And do note over here this small little fine print in red. Okay, not written by me. It's inside the BCA report. They said that the imports of raw materials for concrete remain healthy to support the construction sector's concrete needs. Okay. However, uptrend in concrete price is given the increasing raw materials and conveyance costs. Okay, meaning the transport cost coming to Singapore with all these raw materials is increasing already. We cannot prevent, okay, all these costs will definitely be there, okay, and it will load onto the buyers. And this is the latest Q1 quarter 1 government land sales. If you look at it, the private land sales at dairy farm is already at 980 per square foot per plot ratio, and then the EC is going at 662 per square foot per plot ratio. Even developers are paying much more to buy the land for development. And the last point which I felt was important, the fifth factor that I felt will affect this market is the affordability. Prices of ECs is going to go much higher. Okay, now leftovers in the market is already 1,250 per square foot. The upcoming North Gaya EC, I'm not too sure. Most pop maybe 1,250 or maybe 1,003 per square foot. But the loan amount doesn't increase much because the income ceiling is still limited at 16,000. Just to do a bit of illustration here, comparing EC financial planning and a private condo planning. I'm using a 10K base, a 10K base income for easy calculation. Okay, just to give you an overview. For ECs, we are doing the loan calculation based on MSR 30%. And for this private condo, is TDSR 55%. That's it, meaning if you are getting a private condo, you can get more loan. You can get 1.224 million loan. Right? Compared to an EC, because it's based on MSR, your loan amount is only 668. 668 amount is much lesser, and the maximum price that you can go to, right, is about 890K based on a 10K income. If you look at, if you're getting a 1.6 million, But of course, not forgetting, we need to take note, we have down payment to be paid. Usually, if you ask me, if young couples, then maybe they don't have that much down payment. But if you are a HDB upgrader, most probably after you sell off your HDB, this 5% cash and this 20% down payment by CPF shouldn't be a problem. Sometimes when we look at this kind of financial planning calculation, it might become easier for HDB upgrader to buy a private condo than to buy a new EC. All right. This slide here, I'm going to show you all to based on maximum income ceiling for ECs because we all know EC's income ceiling is 16,000. MSR 30%, with the maximum property price that they can go is 1.424 million, without topping out the difference in cash. The down payment here, 5% and 20% is over here. Meaning if ECs are going to sell higher than 1.4 million, anything more than this amount, the buyer got to top it out with cash, in order to buy this EC. Let's assume new ECs, going to be priced at 1,300 per square foot. And a typical 3-bedroom size is about 1,000 square foot, 1,000 square feet, 1,033 square feet. Usually you'll be already around 1.3 million. When I do the calculation, based on MSR 30%, the income needed 597, meaning a young couple, they must be earning about 7,000 each. It is not really that affordable if you are going to buy a new launch EC. In conclusion, for my sharing today, I was looking at these 5 factors. Only the first one, the cooling measures, didn't affect, right? All others affect you affect the sentiments of EC buyers. Because there are lots of upgraders coming in, but you don't have enough supply. This year, at most 3 EC launches. We add together less than 1,800 units. But you have at least close to 3,000 over upgraders coming in. And if you look at all the pipeline supply, it's not coming in. The land prices going higher, developer costing going higher, and the affordability is quite difficult for young couples as well. Looking at the income now, you need to have about 14,000 to get a decent sized 3-bedder. So that said, looking at new EC launching this year, if the locations are not where you fancy, maybe you can look into private. But of course, do ensure that you have done your financial planning as not to overstretch in your purchase. So this is my key point that I want to put across for this sharing today. If you all would like to hear more from me, do scan these codes over here. For the first one, actually scan and then it will lead you to our blogs. All our sharing will have also a blog session sharing this topic. And if you like to watch video, you can follow us on YouTube and of course our Facebook page over here. Thank you for your time. If you have any topics that you would like me to share more in depth with you all, do drop me a